What's up guys, my name is Phil, welcome back to Miranda Detailing and welcome back to another weekend wash. I know it's been a while, there's been a lot of stuff going on, especially moving into the new place, but we're here and I finally got a weekend to work on the Avalon. We haven't washed this thing in probably a good 2+ months and it really needs it. Guys, if you're enjoying videos like this, and I hope you are, consider subscribing and clicking that bell. That way you get notifications each time these videos drop each week and you don't miss stuff. So let's check out the car. So like I said, it has been a while since we did anything on the interior or exterior of our poor Avalon, and it has taken a beating. So in our new place, we still have lots and lots of trees. Now they're not as close as they used to be in the old place. So we have pine trees now, and that's going to be annoying dealing with all these old pine needles everywhere. You know that these things get stuck everywhere. They always fill in the windshield cowl. They'll get stuck in weird little places where they ought not. However, let's just take a look at the condition of the paint, and it is bad. Lots of water spotting. We've had a couple of storms here, and there is a ton of water spots. So let's see how the protection held up. If you remember, I had the turtle wax products here. I had the black wax on that side there. I had the ceramic spray coating on here from Hybrid Solutions. And I had a couple of other things going on with the vehicle. I believe I had put just the ceramic detailer from Meguiar's here. I put Magnum wax here, the Meguiar's Pro M27 here, and I think I still had, the Wolfgang spray coating here and Ceramic Slam here. What we're going to do today, wash it, see how everything looks. I have a new product to remove some water spots, which I'll show you a little bit today, but I'll have a separate video introducing that product and giving you all the details on it. However, we're going to clean this thing up and just focusing on the outside for now. I'll do the inside later because it definitely needs it. Look at this. Yeah, there's cans of Starbucks and bottles of water and all sorts of stuff going on in here. So this thing definitely needs to be cleaned up, and we'll do that another time for the interior. But the exterior really, really needs it. Look how bad it is spotted and pine needles everywhere. Yeah, that's gonna drive me nuts. Look at that. See them all hiding in there? We've been here a month and already they're starting to nest in there. Pine needles. Let's get this thing washed and then we'll pull it in because it's hot and humid out here and I want to get the car pulled in so we can maybe do a little bit of polishing and then some testing of other coatings and products on the vehicle. So here's what we're going to use. I have my little West Force pressure washer, and I have another pressure washer coming in this week that I'm going to do a comparison on. It's another electric pressure washer. I think it's rated a little bit higher on the PSI level, and we'll see how those two compare. I'll be using it for a while, and then I'll do a comparison video. But what I'm going to do is connect my 50-foot hose that I have in my trailer to this and use my 50-foot hose just because this is only like a little 20-foot hose and it's not enough. I got to move everything around the vehicle. So I don't always use this little hose that it comes with. It's just easier to put my little quick connects on it and connect my 50-foot hose. So I have my buckets ready. Let's see what products we can use to clean. I am going to use Max Shine Refresh. So this is their car wash shampoo. It's pH neutral. High foaming action, doesn't strip wax or coatings, so this will be a nice shampoo to use. I already have it pre-diluted in my foam cannon, so when you see me using that foam cannon, that's what's in it. It's actually a clear shampoo, no color added at all, which is kind of nice. All right, guys, I gotta pull this in and show you what is going on this hood. So it has been a good 2 months, at least. And Wow. That's pretty impressive. The protection is still holding on. It's not super, super strong and beating. Definitely tell that it is still hanging on there. And this is just rinsing, but you can see the protection repelling the water already. So this is the spray coating side, and this is the black spray wax. So both have infused SiO2 in it, but it looks like the spray coating side might be doing a little bit better. It's hard to tell until after I wash it. But already the water spotting and the junk on the paint, it looks so much better already, just with a rinse. So look at that. This side is almost dry already. That side's still hanging on a little bit. But that's impressive. That's actually really, really nice to see. So let's go around and I'm going to show you the rest of the vehicle. There's some areas I can get kind of close on because the pressure on here is not as high as the gas pressure washer. But I can blow stuff off of the paint like that. So here is the Wolfgang Uber spray coating. That looks amazing. There's some spots here that are kind of sticky and hanging on, but of course it's still just rinsing. But here looks great. I don't remember what I put on the top, if I put anything. The ceramic slam side, look at that. Up here, it's showing signs of wear. But that is very impressive. So the Meguiar's M27, still hanging on. It's sheeting away the paint. It's sheeting away the paint. It's sheeting away the water. The Magnum wax up here looks better. Down here, it's still hanging on, definitely. The ceramic detailer alone. Look at that. That's still hanging on. And I don't have anything on here. So let's foam it down. Again, I'm using the Max Shine Refresh in the foam cannon. I put just a few ounces, filled up the foam cannon about halfway with water. It's not a super high dilution ratio, and it's going to dilute it even more. Oh, I already got pine needles on the hood. Man, I can't win. So pretty nice thick foam. And this doesn't put out as much pressure as is needed to really produce more foam. The lower PSI, then the less thick foam you're going to get, even with a good dilution ratio. So just be wary of that with some electric pressure washers. If they are below 2000 PSI, they may not foam the way that you want, like a higher 2500 PSI pressure washer would. So just be wary of that. So first thoughts on the soap. Feels nice. Feels nice and slick. Yeah, not bad at all. Smells really nice. Oh, got some sap on the windshield. Now I'm using the Microfiber Madness gigantic Incredimit extra large. This thing is gigantic. Really, really nice to use. I love it. Just holds tons of soapy water, and you can swipe across a door or a panel and you're done. It's really very efficient. And it's the same type of, little blue, white microfibers as a lot of the other wash mitts that you see on the market today. But just the size of it alone, really, really nice to use. So I hope everyone is, again, still doing well and staying safe. And I'm hoping everyone will stay safe this week with that impending storm here on the East Coast. So any of my fellow friends in Florida, I hope you board up and stay safe. Storms like that can be extremely devastating. We've had so many hurricanes in the past couple of years, the past decade, that have affected a lot of friends of ours. So be safe, guys, with this storm coming. It's bad enough that we have to deal with everything else, but we know that these storms are going to come along in the summertime like this. Always take precautions. So if you've been following the channel, you know that we have recently moved and we have a new location. It's a new house, basically, new garage, new setup here. Everything has changed for us in the past 2 months. Some good things and some not good things. We're not going to have our little buddy Mister in the videos anymore because he got old. He got sick and he passed about 2 weeks ago. We gave him a good home. He had a good life here. He was an abandoned pet at first. We don't know the history of his life before we got him. It doesn't matter. We gave him the best life that we could. But I know you guys are going to miss him as we are. If you are pet lovers, dogs, cats, it doesn't matter what animal it is. It's like a part of your family. It's been rough emotionally for the past couple of weeks because of that, but we knew it was coming. So we just made him comfortable, and he actually passed, well, about 2 weeks ago, around this time, in my garage. Just went to sleep gently. I know he suffered a little bit, but he hit it well. All Mr. ever wanted was attention, a lap to sleep on, a hand to pet him, and food. And he was good. That's all it took. So give Mr. some love. Hashtag Mr. in your comments. I still have merchandise with his face on. I got pillows and t-shirts, and I'll probably be putting some more mugs, and I'll try to get some stickers on there as well, so you can get some little stickers and show some love to Mr. Now you may notice that I have the foam in the bucket here, and that's the same Max Shine Refresh soap. And I just like to foam up my wheel bucket and have some viscosity to the wheel cleaning here, because if you don't have that foam, I found that these brushes especially will just flick junk back. It still does to a degree, but the foam certainly helps minimizing that. Plus, I feel that it kind of helps the cleaning action. The foam kind of helps linger and break down and clean whatever it's on. So I like it because of that as well. Now you're also noticing that I haven't rinsed the car yet. I washed it all down, haven't rinsed it. I'm not in real direct sunlight, but it is hot and things are already drying on the paint. Don't worry about that. Let's see how it responds. Let's see how it works. And I know some guys have hard water and you can't do this. Well, we have well water here at this new place. The last place we had, it was, treated city water, and the water wasn't actually that bad. It wasn't that hard. So let's rinse it, see if it stains the paint or ruins anything from letting the soap dry like this. Do I do this all the time on my own vehicle? Yeah, but customers' vehicles were moving so fast, and it's my wife and I, that it doesn't always dry like this. And even if it does, the shampoos we're using don't harm anything. The water we're using doesn't harm anything. So let's show you. So check this out, guys. You can see the distinct line. This is the Hybrid Solutions spray coating, and this is the Hybrid Solutions black spray wax. So it had the same cure time and everything, but it doesn't seem as strong. It doesn't sheet as fast. It's still barely hanging on though. But the spray coating, look how fast it starts to sheet off. And I know it's not a huge beading type of product, at least not at this stage. Check that out. You can definitely see the line, and it just keeps sheeting away, and you're left with minimal drops of paint. I keep saying that, drops of water on the paint, making it easier to dry up. So let's take a look at the rest. The Uber spray coating looking really nice. Is it like a traditional coating? Not necessarily, but the beading action and sheeting, really, really nice. Pretty fast and nice aggressive beads as well. Ceramic Slam, still hanging on. Yep, it's definitely hanging on. And that's been on there for a long time. What about the M27? Nice. Okay, that's much better. If you remember, I hand applied it, and that is much better. Nice, fast sheeting into beads. The beads aren't super, super tight, but still, I like to see that type of action on the paint. That's nice. Magnum wax, still hanging on. Sheeting slower here on the sides. So it's better up here than it is down here. But it's still there. The Meguiar Ceramic Detailer, also still there, just sheeting slowly. Not bad. You can actually see a distinction in the paint here. Now that's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's getting picked up on camera here, but you can see almost a line right down here where the spray coating seems a little bit darker and richer. And this over here, you know, it's probably worn away a lot. That's the black Hybrid Solutions black spray wax here and the coating here. Yeah, I can see the line right there. It's hard to pick up on camera, but I can definitely see it in person. That is really interesting. Yeah, I don't know if it's picking up on camera. Once I edit it, I'll be able to see it a little bit better. I'm going to hit it with the pressure washer and let it sheet off again, because I could really see the line then. But I think it did a pretty good job of removing some of those water spots. The paint still feels really smooth. And I never got to do the video on this, but I will. I used Ceratrim, the last coat Ceratrim, on this side, and still holding up really nice. It's nice and dark and rich, and it still beads water. I still have yet to do the video on it, but I've used it on a bunch of vehicles already, so I will have a video on the Ceratrim because I used it on a Chevy Avalanche, so that'll be fun. Still kind of hard to see, but you can definitely see the line from what I showed you before. But before, I could also kind of see almost like a distinct line here where this was a little bit richer and darker than this side. So just out of curiosity, I am going to dry the hood and see if a lot of these water spots came out. Now I can already see there's still some spots in there. Oh yeah, they're pretty bad. And I'm using Microfiber Madness drying towel here, the Chipmunk Junior. This thing is nice. I love this towel. Oh yeah, and there's a little bit of sap there from the trees. I have some sap here on the windshield as well. Definitely have some water spots to contend with here. So now you can really see the water spots. We have some really bad ones here. See if I can get the camera to focus on it. So what we're going to do is spray onto the towel directly and rub it on these areas gently to dissolve the spots. I'm working in a little bit of a larger area because I see some other little spots here and there. And then you want to rinse the area completely. I'm going to use the towel to dry and just see if it made a difference, if it helped. And I can still see the spot just a little bit, but it definitely dissolved it a lot. It's really hard to pick up on now. It's still there, I can see it, but it's really, really diminished. You can see just the little outline of it, see that? So I can see just the outline of it. And a lot of these spots were already here also. So I might be seeing some older ones, because I know I had spots on here from previously. But here's a big one right here. Let's see if we can dissolve that. Again, I'm going to spray on the towel and then just work in this small area. I'm really just going to isolate this small area, and that's it. You can kind of dry the paint a little bit to see if it's actually dissolving the spot or not. I can actually feel that spot. That's how bad it is. All right, let's rinse it. And as you can see, this spot here that we didn't seem to remove the coating, so that's awesome. Still sheeting pretty quick. I can still see that spot there, but it is extremely bad. That might need to be actually compounded out. That's how bad it is. So this has been on here for about a month, and it has already eaten into the clear coat. You can kind of see how it's indented, and I can feel the texture, unfortunately. So it's really eaten into the clear coat already. The clear coat on this hood is not good to begin with. It was repainted really badly. You can see there's like little dust nibs there, and you can see these little tiny fractures, these little cuts. You see these little lines? It's what I call fracturing, but it's basically a paint defect. Oh, you can see it there in that flat light. The whole hood is like that, and it was repainted, but never in the Carfax. None of that was ever put in there. It was a factory defect from Toyota, and they just repainted it or just re-clear coated. They didn't even sand that down and fix it. They just went over it. Horrible job. So I'm left dealing with the imperfections in this clear coat and dealing with it all the time. So this might not be what you're experiencing. This stuff may work a little bit faster and better for you, but remember, these have been on here for a month or probably over that, almost 2 months now. That's what happens. Now, any water spot remover is not just going to remove 2-month-old water spots like this. This stuff would be good for lighter water spots or fresh water spots that don't come off with just soap or a light waxing. You'll need this stuff to do that. I'm going to dry this section because there are some other really bad hard water spots, and I'm going to spray directly on it. There's one there, and I'm just going to douse this side with it and then use the towel and agitate just to see what it does to the coating, and also if it can remove some of these spots anyway. And it might need some time to work on dissolving these spots, but if they don't come out completely, then don't think it's just the product. It is because some water spots cannot be removed. They are extremely hard to remove. I can see some definitely being dissolved though, so that's good. Oh, that one actually came out a little bit better. That one too. Oh, and that one, it's still there a little bit. But that helps a lot. There's some here, more here, and I am being kind of aggressive with it, but I'm not worried. I want to test these products and see what they can actually do. So let's rinse. And you can see the coating is still there, but might just be still some residue from the water spot remover. So let's dry the paint. I can see it did help with the water spots, definitely. There we go. And it's back to sheeting and clearing up the paint really nice. Still nice and smooth. So it removed the little spot that was over here, and as we dry it, there's still some spots in here. Oh, look at that. Actually, not as bad as before. The water still kind of hangs on them, so they will show up when they're wet. But then when it dries, it's kind of hard to spot. It's hard to see. So it did a pretty good job of removing those water spots. There's one right there. It's a little light one. Interesting, once you remove the residue, the coating really gets revived again. It removes whatever junk is on top of it. So now it sheets really fast. That's nice. So, okay. Needs a little elbow grease, but it works. All right, guys, so now that the car is dried, I'm gonna tackle some of the water spots on the roof. I'll save some of them for later just because of time. But what I'm gonna do is try out a new ceramic coating. So Avalon King sent me their Armor Shield 9. 9? 9. So let's open the package up. I really like the packaging itself. Really nice little logo there, Avalon King. Appropriate because I'm working on a black Avalon. So whatever that means. But let's remove the packaging here. Already I'm liking the looks. Oh, I better not open it upside down. I'm liking the looks of the packaging. Really, really nice. So comes with this nice little card. Ooh, very fancy. This is nice. So it comes in this little, again, like a cone head bed where your little bottle resides. And gently take this out, not flip it up into the air and have it shatter everywhere. Gotta say, that packaging is pretty sweet. I like that a lot. So this is a 30 ml bottle? Yeah, 30 ml bottle. And in the packaging also, you'll notice there's actually a little applicator up here. It's just one of those foam block applicators. Again, I'm not a fan of those, as you may know if you follow the channel regularly. Aha! Ah, it's like a puzzle. I'm usually pretty good with puzzles. So this little thing pops out. Oh, okay. We got a nice little microfiber towel, like this little microfiber towel here. It's like a nice little, towel, but I wouldn't use that to remove the coating necessarily. I'll use my own towels. It does come with a nice little pair of gloves, so that's nice. The kit does come with a lot of stuff. Now here is the little applicator and the little micro suedes. I might give the micro suedes a try, at least just on here. It's just gonna be the roof anyway. And then it comes with a little sticker, what I can only assume are directions in here. Yeah, the little instructions, and basically on how to apply it. Pretty general. If you watch our videos, you'll see how to apply ceramic coatings, and once you get used to them, they're pretty much all the same. Maybe a few little tweaks here and there with some coatings depending on how they cure. But pretty straightforward. I do like how it does give you the nice directions here and also how to section off your car. I think that's really nice to show people how to apply coatings in that way, section by section. So a nice little sheet here to kind of, help you with applying a coating if you've never applied a coating before. And then we have the little sticker here, which I really do like stickers. I know some people don't, I do. You'll find stickers all throughout our shop here, and the more I get, the more I put them on stuff, and I will be getting more and more banners to put up here as well with our new company logo. So we're kind of slightly rebranding a little bit, even though I just put the logo on my trailer. Maybe a year from now, I might switch that out also, but you'll be seeing some new branding in the garage shop soon. So let's get to prepping for the coating. I'm gonna polish the top there because there's some nasty water spots I need to get out, and then we'll apply the coating. So I'm gonna reach for my SPTA cordless polisher. Let's see, what pads can we use? Maybe I'll go with the yellow polishing pad here from Buffing Hero. So I'll combine this with, let's see, I have some Sonax Perfect Finish. So let's use this. All right, so Sonax Perfect Finish. A lot of guys love this stuff. This is actually my first time using this. I do like the Buffing Hero low profile polishing pad. So let's shake this up. We'll do a small section, see how it comes out. This stuff feels, wow, very, very nice to remove. Very easy to work with. And the more you work with it, it kind of disappears into the paint, which is nice. And these are water-based polishes and compounds that Sonax uses in their technology. So not a lot of oils, no dusting, really good results. All right, so the roof is looking decent. I'm not gonna go 100%. There are some really deep scratches and defects. I'm not worried about that. It is relatively swirl-free and prepped and polished. So now I'm gonna take a little bit of surface paint prep from P&S, wipe down the surface, make sure it's squeaky clean before we apply the coating. Okay guys, so I'm just going to put on one glove here for the coating application. I have a clean microfiber towel that I'm going to use for wipe off. I have my light to check for high spots and full coverage of the coating. And why not? Let's use the little towels, the little cloths that come with this, and the little applicator block just because. And if I don't like it, then I'll ditch it and I'll use my usual method. What I will do is score the sides of these like most guys do. I would suggest for coating companies to already do this. Make a little scoring on the side of your applicator blocks, because your towels or these little applicators here will actually slide into there easier. You can take a credit card or any little sharp object and tuck the little towel into that little groove, and it stays put. Just a way of ensuring that nothing slips when you are applying your coating on your paint with this little towel, with this little applicator, just so it doesn't move around. There. So it's sandwiched in there really nice. So let's apply it to this little section, see how well it does. Now another cool little tip would be for the box like this to include something where you can lay the bottle in. This will work. You can put the bottle there and it won't tip. So this is actually a nice design. I like it. I just think it would be cool to include another type of little foam block here that has a little round circle where this just slides right into nicely. But for now, this goes into there, and if I move this around, it's not going to tip. I do like that about the packaging here. And I'm really liking this. This just looks so cool. So I'm going to shake up the bottle a little bit. When I open it, be really, really careful when opening it. And, oh, that's nice. It actually has a little cap here that you have to pry off. What a smart design. That is brilliant, guys. Other coating companies, take note. That's just really, really smart to do that. That's just ensuring that nothing will spill. And yeah, I like that. Excellent idea, guys. So take our little applicator. Let's see how it pours out. No, not bad at all. Some guys just kind of lay it down like this and let it drip. Let's let it drip out. And now put a nice generous amount. That's good enough. Close the little cap. Nice, you don't have to put the cap back on, waste time. And let's just go in a small section here. So far, nice and smooth. I'm all right with that. That's nice. I'm going to cross hatch just for even coverage. I guess it's kind of splitting hairs. Some guys are saying, oh, you have to do that. Well, all right. And my camera died right in the middle of that, but that's okay. I literally had like 2 seconds. But you can see how it's applied. It actually applies really, really nice and smoothly. It's starting to flash off and do that rainbow effect. And as I was saying, some guys say that the cross hatching is needed 100%. I don't know about that. It's kind of splitting hairs because you're already covering the paint with this entire block. And you can see it's covering the paint, obviously. So I just went back over it just to kind of demonstrate. We'll let it start to flash off, but you can already see it flashing. Let me pull in focus here manually, and you can see it. There we go. Start to flash. Starts to get that oily look, that rainbow oil effect. It's not extremely humid in here, but that will make a difference with your application and with your wipe off especially. So I'm giving it probably a good minute. Let's wipe it off now and see how well it wipes off. And it's good to have the flat lighting here too to help you with those high spots, if any. Not bad. That wiped off very, very clean, very easy. Really nice to work with. I'm going to check it with my light, make sure there's no smearing. Oh, that's great. Excellent. That worked really well. Ooh, see right there? That's a little bit of coating pushed into that area. I'm going to coat it anyway, but I want to wipe it completely and go over the little area where we applied the coating just to ensure that it doesn't do that. All right, that is looking really, really nice. Don't worry about the swirls. Come on, guys. The paint is full of defects. It's my own vehicle. Not worried about it. This paint is kind of messed up anyway. There's a lot of stuff going on with this paint. Focus on the coating itself, the application. All right, that's great. Let's go on and coat the rest of it. And I'm going to go in a bigger area this time, just because I can. The smell of it is interesting. It doesn't smell like a usual ceramic coating. It's got an interesting scent to it. Whatever they use for their carrier oils. Kind of interesting. It doesn't smell bad. It just smells different. It's actually an okay scent. It's a pleasant scent. So I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. You can already see it starting to flash off a little bit. So give it a little bit of time. Some coatings require that you wipe off immediately, and this coating says to wait between a minute to 5 minutes. That's depending on your ambient temperature, so remember that, because here, letting it sit for 5 minutes might be too much. You might end up with some tacky coating, and it could ruin your paint. Not ruin it, just ruin your finish, and you'll have to go back and maybe repolish or recoat an area, and you just don't want that. Kind of judge it by eye. You'll see it start to flash away, and when you see it start to flash away, then you're okay to remove it, to level it out. I'm really enjoying this cap. I can just close it with my finger here and not worry about having to screw the cap back on. So really liking that. So I didn't go all the way up to the edge here, so let's do that. And I'm going to get the rest of the front here. And I'm really enjoying my lights in my garage because I set them up at certain angles so that I can see almost from every angle of the vehicle, every corner that is. And I have a nice combination of the high-powered LEDs with the flat lighting LEDs. It works really, really well together. All right, that's looking good. Man, that wipes off very easily. Really nice. If you want, you can use 2 towels. I'm just relying on my 1 towel right now because it's okay. I can just flip it when it starts to get saturated. But this stuff wipes off so easily, I'm not worried about anything, actually. I'm not worried about it at all. So if you're wondering where I got this tray, it was at Home Goods, which is, you know, like the sister company of TJ Maxx and Marshalls. This little tray, 60 bucks. Nice and heavy duty, doesn't come apart. It came all built like this, but I love it for my tray to roll around the vehicle. So as you see, this works really well. Nothing will tip. It's awesome. I like that design. So half is done. Let's do the other half. And once you have the pad saturated, the little applicator here, you don't have to put as much on here. As far as layering, I really don't know if 1 layer of this will be sufficient, or if you want to wait an hour or 4 hours or 24 hours to apply a second coat. I really hate doing that because you want quick turnover. You don't want to wait multiple days to put a coating on. That can just be frustrating, especially for the customer, to have the vehicle an entire week or even 3-4 days max. The customer wants their vehicle back, depending. I know, that's all depending on the customer. But if we look at the directions here, it says you can layer it. So it says once the vehicle is fully coated, allow 1 to 2 hours, then optionally repeat the process to add additional layers for improved performance. That's up to you. That's up to how much of the coating you have. A 30 ml bottle should be able to put 2 coats on here if you are watching how much you put on there. If you're just being super generous and really dousing it on there, you're not going to get a full 2 coats. You may get maybe all the top surfaces 2 coated, but maybe not all the bottom surfaces. So just be wary of that. A 30 ml bottle, if you're putting it on generously, won't really get you 2 coats, at least not that I have seen. But if you are using it sparingly, you should be able to get 2 coats, because I can coat one vehicle with about 15 mils, a sedan with about 15 mils. And that's just being really meticulous about applying it and not overdoing it. So as I've been talking, this has been flashing away. Let's see how well it wipes off. Still easy, flashes away. Very nice, easy peasy. I like that. I like that about a coating, that flashes away very quickly, very easily. Yep. Excellent. Again, I'm still not a fan of these blocks. I think I can just apply it faster with the other little blue applicators, but to each their own. If you like the block, that's up to you. I know some guys are very meticulous about laying it down and all that stuff. You know, realistically, it's not that big of a deal. It's pretty easy to work with, and it is very, very smooth. I think the microfiber applicator is a little bit smoother, and because of the plushness, it allows it to glide a little bit easier. That's just my opinion. I'm going to flip this towel inside out now, fresh side. And you know, while I'm doing that, while I'm letting that sit there, I'm going to apply it to the rest and just get it done. So I'm going to apply it up here. Nice. I'm going to cap the bottle. Can't tell how much I've used in here because it is, you know, completely covered. But that is a good idea to do that, because I have done some research, and the coatings will cure with air in the bottle anyway, but it's also susceptible to light. So, you know, UV light or anything like that will start to cure it from within the bottle. That's just from some of the research I've done. So it's good that they have a completely covered bottle like this. All right, so this is flashing away enough. I can wipe it and level it off. I'm going to pull that line right there, and I'll wipe the rest of it in a moment. but that is looking really good. Oop, little spot right there. Once you go over it, it flashes right away if you do miss a spot. Nice. And this is curing enough. This is flashing away enough. I'm going to go ahead and wipe it. And again, just make sure to go over the area that you coated, just so if you did push anything around, you will level it out and let it flash away so you don't have any high spots. The coating, again, after you're wiping it, feels very smooth. I've worked with some coatings that it's not a bad thing, but it will be a little tacky, and that I just don't like that grab on the towel. This is not like that. It's very, very smooth. It's very slick on and off. So I like that. All right, guys, so the Avalon is done and nice and clean, relatively protected. Those water spots are just so bad. I'll have to tackle those slowly with each weekend wash. We'll polish those out. We'll test some new stuff. The Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions products on the hood, very, very happy with them. That spray coating is incredible. Even after using the last coat Clearzer, the water spot remover, it removes any trace of stuff on the top. Rinse it. I wiped it and then rinsed it again and then dried it. And you can tell that it removed top layers of gunk and kind of revived the coating underneath, and then it was sheeting away really nice. So very, very happy with that. But I will probably polish the hood, get rid of those water spots, try out some new products because that's what I'm always doing. I do have some new stuff in that I'm very excited about trying. I have already been trying on our mobile jobs from MaxShine, from Ethos. So I will be doing that very soon on our own vehicle. It's hard to do some stuff mobile now just because we're trying to get the job done as quick as possible and also be inconspicuous because, especially in these times, we are still doing mobile, but some people may not like that. So we're trying to tread carefully. We're trying to respect people and the surroundings. That's why we're having more people come to us, drop the vehicle off. No contact is needed. It's just much easier that way. So if you are in the Richmond local area, we are now in Chesterfield. So not too far away from Richmond. Much nicer facility. You could just drop your vehicle off. We'll get the job done. You can pick it up. You can pay online, Venmo, Apple Cash, Cash App. I can send you an invoice. You can pay online. Very, very easy. So if you are a mobile detailer as well and you're maybe having trouble doing jobs, maybe you can't do it at your garage. Maybe you don't have a garage. But if you do, then try to have more customers come to you. I know it might be more of an inconvenience for them, but honestly, you get better results when you're in a garage. Doing it mobile, it's tough on us to get the results that we want and the results that our customer wants. But if you bring it here, I have shelter, I have lights, I can kick on that AC, I can work comfortably. I just get better results here. Plus, because we have so many different products from different companies, our customers have the added benefit of having some really awesome products on their cars. So that's a plus. So guys, let's just quickly go over again the Avalon King Armor Shield 9. So this is a ceramic coating, and the 9, I'm assuming Armor Shield 9 is going to be the 9H. You know, when you hear 9H, that hardness of the ceramic coating, that is kind of a buzzword when you hear that, 9H thing, because you don't know the level of SiO2 particles in each coating. And, this is a more affordable coating as well, kind of an entry-level coating. So if you want to get into coatings, this could also be another one to try. But what we'll do is let our vehicle cure overnight, give it 24 hours, and in subsequent weekend washes, you're going to see how well that coating is doing on the roof. So we'll see real-world results. I'm not going to do torture tests. I'm going to do real-world results. It's our driver, our daily driver. Well, not really daily. We don't drive it daily anymore, but it does sit out in the elements as you saw. Has a little bit of time in the garage because we have so many customers in and out here. It doesn't always get to sleep in its little home here in the garage, but we'll see how well it does. If you want to check the coating out, I'll have links down below. Check it out for yourself. What I can say, what I really like about the product so far, because I can't judge on the durability, application, super easy, very easy to work with. I love the packaging. I love this idea of the little cap that goes over the little hole here. Guys, that's a brilliant idea. Brilliant. Let me just show you up close what it's doing here. All it is just a little cap like that goes over the little spout, locks it in. When you are, I need to clean that actually. Here we go. That's another tip. Just clean the tip of the coating when you're done. That way the particles don't harden up on there. And when you use it next time, you're going to want to clean it also, just in case. Brilliant design. Very, very nice. Packaging, beautiful. You can actually use this to put the coating in so it doesn't tip. And actually this worked really well. I'm going to let this cure. I'm going to pull it off here and just let it cure. And let's see what it does when it's completely cured, because some of them will really crust up and get hard and will bead water, which is really cool. So I'll see if I can get some shots of that later. And I want to briefly talk about Max Shine Refresh, their shampoo. Really nice stuff to work with. I enjoyed it. It smells great, it foamed up great, it cleans well, smells nice. It's really nice and slick on the paint as well, so I really enjoyed using it. And as you notice, as a mobile detailer, we're working out in the elements, and if you're working alone, it's really tough not to have the soap dry on the vehicle. So if you're working with cheaper soaps that aren't really that good, it may end up kind of putting some spots in the paint. Usually they're not a big deal, they'll rinse right off. Sometimes with the hard water, with that combined, you may get a little bit of staining on your paint. Again, usually it will come off when you wax it. That might be an issue. However, I did not notice that with this. We have well water here. It is filtered through a sediment filter, but that's it. It's not softened or treated or anything else like that. It's just a sediment filter. So maybe that helps, but the water is, I would say, medium. It's not too hard, it's not too soft, it's right in the middle. So I think it's okay for washing. I haven't had any problems as far as water spotting goes. And as you notice, it didn't leave any water spots that weren't already on there from the trees. Those spots there are more from sap and junk from the trees that drip onto the paint. It's different from hard water spots. So that's probably why the last coat clearser didn't quite work on those spots. Doesn't mean this stuff doesn't work, because it did work on some freshwater spots on the glass and a few other light water spots on the paint. This is not going to tackle heavy water spots. Those are going to etch into the paint. It's like a bird dropping or a bug splat that eats into the paint. You can't get rid of that with chemical. That needs to be abraded. That needs to be compounded and polished. So this has its place. It's going to remove minor water spots. In fact, if we get water spots on the ceramic coating, that's probably where this will shine. It will be able to remove those minor water spots on coated paints and most likely on regular paint as well. But I will keep using this stuff and see if we can find a good test subject to remove minor water spots. But so far, very happy with Max Shine Refresh. Great shampoo. I will have their lineup of products down below. I am still using a bunch of their stuff. In fact, I used their iron remover, their leather conditioner, their all-in-one paint polish and wax, as well as their mist, their clay lube, and their all-purpose cleaner, which is interior and exterior multi-purpose cleaner. Really, really nice stuff. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the weekend wash. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned some stuff as well. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And if you have any stupid comments, keep it to yourself. And if you are enjoying videos like this, then consider subscribing, clicking that bell. That way you get notifications each time these videos drop each week and you don't miss stuff. We'll see you next time, guys. Have a safe week. Take care.